should work. We all hope. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome into a absolutely beautiful Friday afternoon here in South St. Petersburg, Florida. We're just about ready to get underway in the home and conference opener for the Tritons, as the Tritons have a tall task ahead this weekend, hosting the Spartans of the University of Tampa. First setting the table for the Spartans, Tampa comes into the game with a record of 6-1 overall. They were 28-16 last season. Last year, these two teams played on the final weekend of conference play. It was Tampa, up the road at Tampa, came away with a sweep in those three games, 3-2 in 8 innings, 3-1 and 2-0. It was a strong finish to the 2018 season for Tampa. Didn't qualify for the postseason, but in April, in addition to sweeping Eckerd, Spartans also took 2 out of 3 from both then number 4 Palm Beach Atlantic and number 9 St. Leo. And the Spartans, with a 6-1 start to the year this year, seem to have carried that momentum on into the 2019 season. Spartans did not allow a run in their first 26 innings of the season. They also picked up wins last weekend against a pair of ranked opponents, number 8 Westchester of Pennsylvania and number 22 Valdosta State of Georgia. That's a regional win as well. Valdosta State, a fairly traditional power in the Gulf South Conference. The team's lone loss came against number 2 Southern Arkansas in Clearwater last weekend, 8-0 in 5 innings. But the team's number 1 pitcher, Michaela Dooley, did not pitch that game. Dooley will be in the circle for the opener tonight. We'll see her, no doubt, at least twice this weekend. And she is one of the best pitchers in all of NCAA Division II, off to a tremendous start, 4-0 on the year. A minuscule 0.27 ERA in 26 innings pitched. She's allowed just 13 hits. And perhaps the most impressive number is 34 strikeouts and 0 walks. 34 strikeouts and no walks, so Dooley stays around the strike zone with regularity. She was the SSC Pitcher of the Year last year, also a second-team All-Region and honorable mention All-American, and she was named the SSC Pitcher of the Week last week. Dooley has an arsenal of very difficult pitches to hit, but perhaps her nastiest is her rise ball. It starts low and shoots up. It'll be difficult for the Tritons, as it is for pretty much anyone in the box against Dooley, to lay off that pitch because it starts out so low and looks good as it's coming to the plate. The Spartans are only hitting 209 as a team, but they do average 4.3 runs per game. Emily Jansen hits 375 and Christina Clawberg at 357. They're the team's top hitters in the young season. The Spartans are led by head coach Leslie Cantor at the helm. In her 25th season with the Spartans, has 628 wins now in her career. The Tritons come into the game with a record of 4-5 on the year. They were 3-2 last weekend in Clearwater. Won both the games on Friday, lost both on Saturday, and came back on Sunday with a 3-1 win over Hillsdale. Hold off on any further introductory material. I think we're about ready to get going. And we are just about ready to get going. Hannah Famiano, by the way, leads the team in batting average, hitting .348. Nicole Van Gennep hits .286. Those are the top 2 hitters for the Tritons. And it'll be Van Gennep, the senior, in the circle for Eckerd in this home opener. And she's been outstanding as well in the circle in the young season. She's 3-2 with a 1.44 ERA, 6 appearances, 5 starts. Gone the distance 4 times. 34 innings pitched. She's allowed 30 hits, 7 runs, all earned. She's walked 8 and struck out 24. Tampa's starting lineup being announced right now on the field. We'll go ahead and set that for you right now. Leading off is the shortstop, Stephanie Ballmer, a freshman from Tampa. A lot of players on this Tampa team from the Tampa Bay area. Batting second at second base is Christina Clawberg, another senior also from Tampa. The center fielder batting third is Lexi Chevalier, freshman from Valrico, Florida. Batting cleanup, the third baseman is Sam Worrell. Batting fifth, the right fielder is Curran Minor. The designated player batting sixth, Bailey Phillips. Batting seventh behind the plate is Maddie Farrell. The pitcher, as mentioned earlier, is Michaela Dooley. She's in the lineup. She bats eighth. The first baseman, Emily Jansen, bats ninth. In the flex position in the lineup, the left fielder is Lauren Reyes. Katie Profit at the helm for the Tritons, entering her third season. Eckerd was 20-27 last year, but had some moments of brilliance, including taking 2 of 3 from number 9 St. Leo here at the Turley Athletic Complex in late March last season. Tritons did lose a big graduating class last year, so there's several new faces in this Triton team this year, and a few of those have made their way into the starting lineup already. Tritons will be without one of those newcomers. Normally the shortstop Valerie Holdwin, whose JUCO transfer started the first 9 games, is out with an injury. She'll miss this weekend series. And we will set the Triton defense for you momentarily, but as the teams come to the lines, we'll pause for the playing of our country's national anthem. And we're just minutes away from the first pitch of the 2019 home schedule here at the Turley Athletic Complex. Of course, as we mentioned previously, Katie Profit in her third year at the helm for the Triton. She's assisted by Jeff Pegram, Dan Romanello, and Dick Roosh. Tampa's Leslie Cantor assisted by Denise Rubio and Jackie Davis. First of 3 on this conference opening weekend. There's 2 teams back here tomorrow for a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. We will not have audio commentary for that. We will, of course, still have live video as part of the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And you can follow live stats of all Triton home and road conference games by going to TritonStats.com, part of the Stat Broadcast Network, the official live stats provider of the Sunshine State Conference. Then get up in the circle behind the plate now is the freshman Skylar Reddish. At third base, another freshman, Cassie Torres. At shortstop, Kaylin Kramer moves from second to short tonight in place of Holguin. Emily Solon gets the start at second base. At first base, it's Meredith McGinnis. The outfield features Kaylee Newstrom in left, freshman Jessica Wilson in center field, and in right field, the team's batting average leader, Hannah Famiano. It's Balmer, Clawberg, Chevalier, Worrell, Minor, Phillips, Farrell, Dooley, and Jansen, the batting lineup for the Spartans. Balmer, a freshman from Tampa. 9-10 players on this Tampa roster from the Tampa Bay area. You're just about ready to go as the first pitch is underway. Foul tipped back into the fence for strike 1. 0-1 to count. Game time temperature of 73 degrees as the sun sets behind us. Winds out of the west-southwest at 7 miles an hour in clear skies. On a beautiful night for softball. Here's the 0-1 off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner, 0-2. Balmer hitting 188 on the season, 3 for 16 with 3 runs scored. Behind in the count, 0-2. Popped up, foul behind us. Count remains 0-2. As the sun sets, as continues to set, it will get a little cooler. Game time temp of 73 degrees. Very few clouds in the sky, nice and balmy. And get up ahead of the count, 0-2. Goes high, and Balmer lays off 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes, infield, outfield, straight away for the right-handed hitting Balmer. Here's the pitch. Lays off another rise ball, misses high, evens the count at 2-2. As Balmer was able to check the swing in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 years ago, these two teams met in the final series of the year. Eckerd took 2 of 3 here at the Turley Athletic Complex. Spartans would like to get off to that same start in conference play this year. Off speed is chop foul behind home plate as Balmer able to stay back long enough to get a piece of it and stay alive. Here's the 2-2. Down and in, ball 3. So after falling behind 0-2, Balmer has come back and run the count full at 3-2. It's a hard chopper to third. Torres fields it on the high hop across to first to McGinnis for out number 1. Good at bat for Balmer, but solid defense at third by the freshman Torres for the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Christina Clawberg. Senior from Tampa takes the first pitch off speed on the outside corner for a called strike 1. The 0-1. Up and in, ball 1. Torres at third showed some outstanding defensive ability in the first 2 weekends of the season as Eckerd played in tournaments in Gulf Shores, Alabama and Clearwater, Florida, swinging a miss, strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes. Into the windmill delivery, the pitch. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. That one's going to roll to the fence. Clawberg rounds first on her way to second. And Christina Clawberg again with the stand-up double. First base hit of the game for the Spartans. That'll bring in Alexi Chevalier. Chevalier, a freshman from Valrico. Hitting .294, 5 for 17. Team leading 6 RBIs, has a triple and a home run. The Spartans in business early. Here's the first pitch to Chevalier. Misses off the inside corner for ball 1. Both the Spartans' first 2 hitters have hit it down the line, down the left field line. First one was a hard shot right at Torres. The second one got over Torres' head down to the corner. High and away, ball 2. Two and 0 foul back into the fence, 2-1. Missed the first of 14 home dates this season for the Tritons. Outside, and Chevalier now ahead in the count, 3-1. Chevalier has not drawn a walk yet this season. 3-1 count, though. Perhaps in position to draw her first. Here's the 3-1. High pop-up out of play as it goes over the Eckerd dugout on the third base side. Count now full, 3-2. 3 starts last weekend for Van Gennep. He went 2-1. He had a total of 16 strikeouts. Those came in the first 2 games. She went the distance in a 3-1 win over Hillsdale. Didn't strike out a batter. Got the win. Off speed, chopper back up the middle, backhanded by Van Gennep. Over to first for out number 2 as Clawberg stays put, 2 gone. That brings in Sam Worrell. The senior from Oviedo, Florida, transfer from USF. I missed her when I was her hometown when I was going through the number of players on this Tampa team for the Tampa Bay area. She makes 11. First pitch outside, ball 1. Ball and no strikes as Van Gennep goes into the windmill delivery. Slow roller to Kramer at short. Easy play as she goes across to McGinnis at first for out number 3. So the Spartans get a runner aboard on the one-out double, but leave her stranded. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left as we go to the bottom of the first. Tampa nothing, and Eckerd coming to bat.
So, Audrey, such a nice day, huh? So warm today.
So beautiful.
So how are your classes going?
Good. Are you ready for the test?
Aiming for C+, but I think I got it.
I can't be close to that.
Yeah.
Picking 7.
7.
Michaela Dooley in the circle for the Spartans. We ran down her numbers in the pregame. We'll do it again in case you missed it because these are so impressive. They deserve another mention. Dooley, the senior from Tampa, has made 4 starts this season. She's 4-0 with an 0.27 ERA, 26 innings pitched, 13 hits allowed, 2 runs, 1 earned, no walks, and 34 strikeouts. So the Tritons have a tall task against her. Here's what the lineup looks like for Eckerd. Leading off is Van Gennep, batting second, Hannah Famiano. Kaylin Kramer hits third, Meredith McGinnis fourth, Skylar Reddish bats fifth, Kaylee Newstrom sixth, Cassie Torres bats seventh, Emily Sawin eighth, and Jessica Wilson bats ninth. First pitch on the way to Nicole, swinging a miss for strike 1. Second pitch foul back into the fence. Van Gennep behind in the count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Nicole Van Gennep, hitting .286 on the season, 8 for 28, a home run and 4 RBIs. Here's the 0-2. Outside ball 1. It doesn't even count. So it's right here. So ball strikes and outs. Yeah. Slightly open stance for Nicole. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3 of the outside corner. 1 gone as Dooley picks up strikeout number 35 on the season. Dooley was the Sunshine State Conference Pitcher of the Year last year. Second team All-Region and honorable mention All-American. And I believe she's got her sights set on a repeat as Pitcher of the Year, first team All-Region, and first team All-American honors. Here's Famiano. First pitch on the way to Hannah. Outside corner, called strike 1. Hannah hitting .348 on the year. 8 for 23, 4 runs scored. There's a nice drag bunt, stays right in the box, fair territory. Throw down to first for out number 2. As Farrell just scoops it up and fires it down to Jansen for the second out of the inning. That'll bring in Caitlin Kramer. Kaylin Kramer, not Caitlin Kramer. Kramer, the junior, getting a start at shortstop tonight in place of the injured Valerie Holguin. Kramer normally plays second, hitting .267 on the year, 8 for 30. 4 RBI, swing and miss at the first pitch for strike 1. And Dooley rarely falls behind in the count. Tons of first pitch strikes she throws. We've already seen 3 in this first inning. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off out of play, and Kramer now behind in the count 0-2. Full slate of conference opening night action across the Sunshine State. We'll bring you that schedule and some of those early scores sometime during the second inning. Outside ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to Kramer. Foul back into the fence as Kramer fights off a rise ball to stay alive. just off the outside corner. Count 2-2. Kramer awaits the 2-2. As a fly ball into right center field. Calling for it is the center fielder Chevalier, and she hauls it in for out number 3. So the Tritons set down an order in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second. No score between Eckerd and Tampa. And then, hold on, hit cut.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the second we go. It'll be Miner, Phillips, and Farrell due up for the Spartans if anyone gets on Dooley. And trying to take a look around the conference. Didn't get it ready in time, so we'll do that before the bottom of the second. Now Miner, the number 5 hitter, prepares to step into the box. Miner hitting .211 on the year, 4 for 19. No home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch from Van Gennep on the way. Jams her pop up in the infield. Calling for it is Kramer on the other side of the bag at second. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of inning number 2. Got to bring in Bailey Phillips, the designated player. Phillips, 2 for 16 on the season with an RBI. First pitch from Van Gennep on the way, and the dirt ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Line drive hit on a line. Obviously, if it's a line drive, right at Torres at third on a rope is what I meant to say. Torres snags it out of the air for out number 2. Tritons have had the luxury of solid defense at third base their last 4 years with now graduated Chelsea Armstrong there, but the freshman Torres has come in and showing the same type of leather that Armstrong had at third. First pitch from Van Gennep curves outside for ball 1. The 1-0 on the way. Tries to check her swing and apparently did on a pitch up and in. 2-0. Three and 0 count now. A pitch in the dirt. Maddie Farrell, the catcher, a junior from Brandon. Farrell hitting .235, 4 for 17, and takes called strike 1 on the inside corner. Has a pair of RBIs on the season, coming up here with the bases empty and 2 out. 3-1. Hard hit ball foul down the third base line. And we've run the count full. Spartans have been out in front a lot of these pitches from Nicole. Either hit shots down the third base line or hit them foul like we saw Farrell do there. Jumping on them early. This game has the potential to be a very fast one with 2 of the best pitchers in the conference in the circle. Off the end of the bat, slow roller back to Van Gennep. Easy play to first for out number 3, and the Spartans go down in order in the top of inning number 2. We go to the bottom of the second. Tampa and Eckerd scoreless here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Bottom of the second, it'll be McGinnis, Reddish, and Newstrom due up for the Tritons if anyone gets on Torres. Tritons sit down in order in the bottom of the first against McKaylee Dooley. Nova Southeastern's at Florida Southern tonight. It's Rollins at Berry. St. Leo at Palm Beach Atlantic. Florida Tech at Lynn. They've already gone final as Lynn still no lights at the field. Florida Tech won that 2-1. Everything else in conferences early. No score in 3 of the 4 games. Rollins, after one, has a 1-0 lead over Berry. First pitch to McGinnis. Called strike 1. McGinnis hitting .250 on the year with a home run and 4 RBIs. Has struck out a team high 9 times. Down and in ball 1. McGinnis from Bartow, Florida, near Lakeland. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Academically, she is a senior. I haven't been told, she might have decided to take a medical red shirt for her sophomore year, but she missed most of it with an injury, so don't know if she'll be back next year or not. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner from Dooley, her second strikeout of the game. One gone, that'll bring in the freshman Reddish. Skylar Reddish hitting .130, 3 for 23. It's walked 4 times. Driven in a run, scored 4. First pitch is a called strike. Tough task for these freshmen coming in against a pitcher like Dooley. There's a hard hit ball, but just foul down the left field line. As Reddish had something she liked there, just out ahead of it though. Now she's behind in the count 0-2. Triton baseball on the road this weekend. They're still a week away from conference play getting underway. They are heading up to Georgia to take on Albany State in a weekend series. They'll play 2 tomorrow, 1 Saturday. Triton basketball on the road tomorrow as well as they head down to Palm Beach Atlantic. The conference schedule coming to an end for Eckerd basketball and the rest of the conference, of course. 1-2 now the count as Reddish takes that 0-2 outside. She'll show bunt, then pull back to shorten up the swing. Down and in, ball 2. Lights on, sun setting behind us on a beautiful Friday night here in St. Petersburg. The 2-2, check swing. The pitch was apparently outside, and the count's 3-2, I think. I think Reddish was confused on the count. I think the pitch was a ball. So now, yeah, the pitch was outside, so now it's 3-2. The Reddish thought she had 3 balls on her at that point, so now it's 3-2. 3-2. Outside ball 4, so Reddish draws the walk this time as she trots down to first base. First base runner of the game for the Tritons. That'll bring in Kaylee Newstrom. Newstrom off to a slow start this season. The junior from Illinois, 1 for 15. But first pitch over for a called strike 1. Newstrom had a strong finish to her year last year. Hit .348 over the last 6 weeks of the season. Fundamentally has one of the best swings on the team. So if she can get it going, she could really be a run producer for the Tritons. Swing and a miss, though, on a breaking ball on the outside, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Off speed fools her as Newstrom out in front. She's down on strikes, 2 gone. Third strikeout of the game for Dooley. That'll bring in the freshman third baseman, Cassie Torres. First pitch over for a called strike 1. Torres hitting .136, 3 for 22. Pair of RBIs. 0-1. Chases one upstairs, fouls it off 0-2. And that walk issued to Reddish 2 batters previously, by the way, was the first walk of the year issued by Dooley, which is amazing. Popped up on the infield. Third baseman settles underneath it as Worrell hauls it in for out number 3. So the Tritons put 1 aboard on the 1-out walk, but leave her stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left. We played 2. No score between Eckerd and Tampa on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Dooley, Jansen, and Balmer due up for the Spartans in the top of the 3rd. If anyone gets on, Clawberg. And Dooley is hottest starter she's been off to in the circle this year. Been off to a slow start at the plate, just 1 for 17 with a run scored. Last season she hit .254. Dooley struck out Van Gennep. When the roles were reversed, see if Nicole can return the favor here as we lead off the top of the 3rd. First pitch on the way. Inside corner at the knees, called strike 1. The 0-1 on the way. Lays off a rise ball for ball 1. 1-1. Nope, said she went. Make it 2 and make it 0-2. As he appealed down to first. Field umpire said she went. Count 0-2 now. The 0-2. Off speed, slow chopper to Torres at 3rd. Fields it on the high hop across to McGinnis for out number 1. Torres has been busy over there. First time through the order. That brings up Emily Jansen. Jansen, the team's leading hitter. Average-wise, hitting .375, 3 for 8. 3 runs scored. Nice off-speed pitch. Catches the outside half for a called strike 1 from Van Gennep. Expected this to be a pitcher's duel, and that is exactly what it's been so far. Here's the 0-1. Ties her up on a screwball coming in on the hands. As Jansen swings and misses. 0-2. Van Gennep looking for her first strikeout. Comes inside again. This time Jansen hits it foul off the fence down the left field side. Van Gennep wants a new ball. At the beginning of her final season at Eckerd, and what a career it's been for Nicole Van Gennep. Career wins leader in the circle as she wastes one outside on the 0-2. Finds her name in the record books in many pitching and offensive categories. Ball and 2 strikes into the windmill delivery. Here comes the pitch. Drop ball drops in front of the plate. 2-2 now. 2. Hit hard, but foul over the batting cages. As Van Gennep went back to the screwball and had her well out in front of it. Two on the way. Misses outside, ball 3. So after falling behind 0-2, Jansen has come back to work the count full. Payoff pitch on the way. Beautiful off-speed pitch, falls right into the zone for strike 3. Great pitch from Van Gennep for her first strikeout of the game, and now it goes back to the top of the order to Balmer, who grounded out to third in her first at-bat. Hit it on the nose, but hit it right at Torres, who made a nice snag. First pitch on the way. Jamser, it's popped up. Down the first base side in foul territory. McGinnis in front of the Tampa dugout, hauls it in for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning for the Tritons in the top of the third. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Still no score between Tampa and Eckerd on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Here's one more, so if you did 2 fingers, scroll over.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Solid, Wilson, and Van Gennep due up here in the bottom of the third for the Tritons. If anyone gets on, Famiano is Solon making her first appearance at the plate of her sophomore season. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Solon getting the start at second base tonight is Kramer. Normally the second baseman has moved to short in place of Valerie Holguin. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2 in the inside corner, and once again, Dooley quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Just off the outside corner, she tries to get Son to chase one, 1-2. Working quickly is Dooley. Here's the 1-2, goes outside again. Son lays off, 2-2 the count now. No runs, 1 hit, no errors so far for the Spartans. Tritons still looking for their first hit. Did reach base last inning on a 1-out walk drawn by Skylar Reddish. Here's the 2-2. Lazy fly ball into right field. Miner is there and hauls it in for out number 1. That'll bring in the freshman Jessica Wilson. Hasn't had any action in center field tonight, but boy, she is one outstanding defensive center fielder. Really helped shore up the middle of the defense with the Tritons, as struggled a bit at the plate early in the season. An average of 133 for 23. Fouls off the first pitch on a bunt attempt for strike 1. She, along with freshman pitcher Hannah Perkins, part of a powerhouse state program at Fort Myers. The 0-1. Chases a rise ball, comes up empty, 0-2, and once again it's Dooley out in front of a batter, 0-2. Dooley does not waste many pitches. Here's the 0-2. Rise ball again. Wilson tries to lay off, but can't check her swing in time. She's down on strikes. 2 gone, 4th strikeout of the game for Dooley. Back to the top of the order now to Van Gennep, struck out her first at-bat. Dooley, in her first 4 starts this season, had strikeouts of 6, 12, 10, and 6. First pitch to Nicole is a called strike 1 on the outside corner. 1-0. 0-1 rather. Now the 0-1. Nice pitch on the inside corner as Van Gennep thought that was going to break inside, and it stayed right on the plate. 0-2. Dooley, the 0-2. There's a hard hit ball to center field. That one's back to the fence, back to the wall, and gone. Solo home run for Nicole Van Gennep. Tritons lead 1-0. As Chevalier gave chase, but Van Gennep hit that on the nose for her second home run of the season in a rare run given up by Michaela Dooley. First home run allowed by Dooley this season. Tritons with the early-ish 1-0 lead. We're in the third. Well, it's not that early. That'll bring in Hannah Famiano. She was put out 2-3 on a bunt attempt in her first at-bat. First pitch swinging, fouls it off out of play. Strike one. That run only the second earned run of the season allowed by Dooley. All four infielders moved in expecting the bunt from Famiano. Called strike two of the outside corner. Famiano, a left-handed hitter with speed, but not really a slapper. She'll either drag bunt or swing away. But doesn't slap very much. Hits it on the nose, slicing into foul territory. The left fielder, Reyes, into foul territory and hauls it in. 4-out number 3, but the Tritons get on the board on the 2-out solo home run by Nicole Van Gennep and take a 1-0 lead as we head to the fourth on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
So, Audrey,
Thank you, love.
such a nice day. So warm today.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So how are your classes going?
Good. Are you ready for the test?
Aiming for C+, but I think I'll get it.
I can't be close to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Picking 7.
7 is wow.
So 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Spartans as we go to the top of the fourth with Clawberg, Chevalier, and Worrell if anyone gets on. Minor. Quick look around the conference. Florida Southern with a 2-0 lead over Nova Southeastern. Bottom of the second. Rollins now leads Berry 2-0 in the bottom of the second. And no score as St. Leo and Palm Beach Atlantic. I think that's a 7 o'clock start. The pair of nationally ranked programs there. Clawberg doubled down the left field line for Tampa's only hit in the first, was stranded. First pitch misses inside, ball one. Deep breath for Van Gennep as she gets a sign from Reddish, now into the windmill. Outside, ball two. Missed in, then missed out, 2-0. Clawberg lays off a curveball that misses outside, 3-0. Waited to see if there was an appeal from Reddish. She did not appeal, so 3-0 the count. And misses inside, ball four. So 4 straight pitches out of the zone to Clawberg. She's aboard for the second time tonight with a leadoff walk, and we may see a pinch runner coming in here for Clawberg. And indeed we will. That is Mackenzie Allen coming in to run. The Tritons put one on the board in the bottom of the third, and the Spartans now with the leadoff runner aboard at the top of the fourth. Looking to tie this up. Chevalier grounded out back to the pitcher in her first at-bat. First walk of the game issued by Van Gennep. Unfortunately, it comes to the leadoff batter. Bunt is shown. Nice one laid down the first base line. McGinnis over to field it across to Solon in time for the 3-4 putout on the sac bunt for out number 1. Chevalier does her job and moves Allen up into scoring position with 1 out for the cleanup hitter, Worrell. Worrell 0 for 1, grounded out to short in her first at-bat. First pitch breaking ball outside for ball 1.
Stay back and drive it, 44.
1-0. High fly ball into center field. Coming in is Wilson, and she's there for the catch for out number 2. Worrell set down for the second time this evening. That'll bring in Minor, who is 0 for 1, popped up to the infield in her first at-bat. And Gennep looking to strand the second runner of the night. First pitch on the way. Misses outside for ball 1. Van Gennep has been working behind in the count quite a bit tonight, but has been able to work back, fight out of it. Here's the 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. Once again, Van Gennep falls behind the Tampa batter. The 2-0. Nice off-speed pitch, top of the zone for a called strike 1. Allen at second in scoring position. Pinch ran for Clawberg, who led off the inning with a walk. 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Van Gennep just blows that one right by her. 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 2-2. Up and in, and the count's now full. Payoff pitch on the way. Foul back into the fence, and Minor stays alive, fending off a good rise ball there from Van Gennep. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Allen at second base. Here's the payoff pitch again. Off speed, line drive into center field for a base hit. Runner rounding third. Here comes the throw. Not in time. We're tied at 1 on the 2-strike, 2-out single by Corin Minor. Fifth RBI of the season for Minor. And we're tied at 1. Brings in Bailey Phillips. Phillips hit it on the nose, but lined down to third in her first at-bat. The leadoff walk comes back to haunt the Tritons here at the top of the 4th. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. And Coach Cantor bringing in Mackenzie Allen to pinch run for Clawberg. Pays off there as Allen, plenty enough speed to score from second. Here's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. Way outside, ball 2. Van Gennep has had some control issues this inning. Almost got out of it. But Minor came up with a big 2-out RBI single. 2-1 in the dirt, ball 3.
Stay back and drive it.
3-1 inside, ball 4. So the second walk of the inning issued by Van Gennep puts runners at first and second now with 2 out for Maddie Farrell. Now the Spartans with a chance to take the lead. Farrell grounded out 1-3 in her first at bat. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Another first pitch ball this inning from Van Gennep. Get out of this inning. 1-0. Catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. Ball pops out of Reddish's glove, but the runners stay put. Minor at second, Phillips at first. 2 walks and a hit this inning. A 1-1. Curveball misses outside, 2-1. Come on, Maddie. 2-1 goes upstairs. Farrell checks her swing in a bit of bad luck. It deflects off her bat. Or a foul ball, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on at the top of the 4th, tied at 1. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3, full count now, and the runners will be on the move on this next pitch from Van Gennep. Payoff pitch on the way. There go the runners. Hit hard, but just fouled down the third base line. As Farrell was out in front of it, hit a rocket, but it landed about a foot to the wrong side of the third base line. That would have scored 1 for sure had that ball stayed fair. Payoff pitch, runners go. High, ball 4. Well, the base is now loaded with 2 out, and Michaela Dooley with a chance to help herself coming to the plate here. Time is called as Reddish will head out to the circle to talk with Van Gennep. Van Gennep cruised for the first 3. Only gave up 1 hit, a double that was stranded. Leadoff walk this inning. Sack bunt, a fly out, and then it's been a single and 2 walks. Oh, a big out for Van Gennep to get right here. First pitch to Dooley. High, ball 1. And misses inside, ball 2. Oh, a 2-0 count to Dooley, a hitter's count with the bases loaded. Van Gennep just trying to get out of the inning, the 2-0. High, ball 3. Trouble looming right here for the Tritons. 3-0. Right down Broadway for a called strike 1. Dooley, of course, taking all the way. Still ahead in the count, 3-1. 3-1 line drive. Back up the middle, gets through for a hit. 1 run is in. Throw coming home is cut off. 2 runs are in. Another 2-out hit. Spartans plate 2 more as 4 straight batters have reached now with 2 outs, and Tampa leads 3-1. Didn't hit it hard, got jammed, but was able to muscle it out enough to get past Sawin at second and into center field for the 2-run single.
Nice job, Mac!
And Dooley's first 2 RBIs of the season, but more importantly, it gives her a 2-run cushion when she heads back into the circle. At least a 2-run cushion. Spartans still with 2 runners aboard. For Jansen. Jansen struck out looking in her first at-bat. Only strikeout of the game for Van Gennep. Now just trying to get out of this inning. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Jansen now hitting .333 on the year, 3 for 9. And Tritons will get some activity going on in the bullpen as Ali Costa heads over to warm up. The 0-1. Popped up, but foul out of play behind home plate. Van Gennep, though, ahead in the count 0-2. The 0-2 on the way. Line hard but foul. Well foul down the left field line as it goes out of play. 0-2 remains the count.
Come on, EJ, big. Stay back and drive it now. Fast start.
0-2. Line drive, base hit to left center field. That's going to get to the wall. One run is in. Stop sign is on for Dooley as she'll hold at third. But Jansen comes through with an RBI double. Another 2-out run for the Spartans. All 4 runs this inning have come with 2 outs as Eckerd cannot seem to get that final out of the inning. Jensen's first extra base hit of the season. And back to the top of the order it goes to Balmer. Runners at second and third now. Balmer 0 for 2, grounded out to third and popped up in foul territory down the first base line. First pitch misses off the outside corner for ball 1, and when you're having a rough inning like Nicole is, you throw one that's awfully close to the zone, can't get the call, just exasperates it even more. That pitch has been a strike earlier today. Here's a called strike on the inside third.
Hey, see it now.
A 1-1. In the dirt, ball 2 as Reddish able to scoop that up. Holds Dooley at third. Another line drive, single into left field, just out of the reach of Torres. And the 6th straight batter to reach now with 2 outs for Tampa makes it 5-1. Time will be called as we may have a pitching change upcoming here with Coach Profit heading into the circle. A leadoff walk drawn by Clawberg, who is coming to the plate. She was pinch run for a sacrifice bunt and a flyout. Had Eckerd with 2 outs and a runner at second. But now 6 straight batters have reached base for the Spartans here in the bottom of the 4th, all coming with 2 outs. All 5 runs have come with 2 outs. And now Eckerd with quite a hill to climb, trailing 5-1. And the best pitcher in the conference will be heading back into the circle when we go to the bottom of the 4th. And Van Gennep will stay in the circle for this batter, Clawberg. Clawberg's doubled and walked. Now has runners on the corners with 2 out. And the Spartans continuing to try to pour it on here in the top of the 4th. All 5 runs with 2 outs. First pitch outside, ball 1. The 1-0. Catches the top of the zone for strike 1. 1-1 on the way. Called strike 2 at the knees on the inside corner. Van Gennep trying to just get out of this inning. Spartans have batted around. Clawberg got things started with a leadoff walk. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as it's foul tipped into the glove of Reddish. Second strikeout of the game for Van Gennep, but the Spartans do damage with 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Eckerd now trailing 5-1 on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
So a big top of the 4th for the Spartans. Came into the 4th trailing 1-0, and now they go to the bottom of the 4th leading 5-1. It'll be the meat of the order due up for the Tritons. Kramer, McGinnis, and Reddish if anyone gets on Newstrom. As Dooley now with a 4-run lead back into the circle for her 4th inning of work. She's given up 1 hit. A solo home run to Van Gennep in the bottom of the 3rd. Has also walked 1, struck out 4 on only 42 pitches. And with this 4-run lead now, she can continue to be aggressive. She already pitches ahead of batters. If she's thrown a first pitch ball, I can't remember it. And the first pitch to Kramer is over for a called strike 1. Wonder if Eckerd might want to think about being aggressive early in the count now, as Dooley is pretty much going to throw a first pitch strike every time. Maybe try to jump out ahead of it early. Outside 1-1. Kramer flew out to center in her first at-bat. The 1-1. Fouled off over our heads back into the tennis courts behind us, 1-2. Speaking of tennis, Eckerd tennis gets underway next week. The 1-2 hit hard but foul over the Tampa bullpen. Kramer now hitting .258 on the season. The 1-2 from Dooley. Chopper in the hole over between short and third. Nice play by the shortstop, Balmer. Ranging to her throwing side, getting set and firing it across to first for out number 1. Oh, Kramer retired by half a step. She's 0 for 2, and that'll bring in Meredith McGinnis. McGinnis 0 for 1, struck out looking in her first at-bat. First pitch from Dooley, swing and a miss, strike 1 as she swings over the top. Pitch low in the zone. McGinnis aggressive early, and you can't really blame Eckerd at this point. That 4-run deficit, and Dooley around the strike zone with her first pitch every time. That one misses downstairs, 1-1. Chases one up in the zone on that nasty rise ball that Dooley features. Fouls it back into the fence, 1-2 now the count. And doubleheader tomorrow here from the Turley Athletic Complex at 1 o'clock. We'll of course have live video, no audio tomorrow to go along with that video. 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Live stats available as well at TritonStats.com. McGinnis awaits the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as McGinnis down on strikes the second time today. 5th strikeout of the game for Dooley. And that'll bring in Skylar Reddish. The catcher walked her first at-bat in the 2nd inning. And the first walk issued by Dooley all year. Don't think we'll see Dooley issue another walk in this game with this lead. You know she's going to be aggressive. First pitch swinging by Reddish, fouled off behind Coach Profit at third base for strike 1. Rollins now on top of Berry after 3, 4-0. St. Leo and Palm Beach Atlantic just underway. A series that features the two favorites in the conference's preseason coaches poll. 0-1 the count to Reddish. Inside, ball one. There's called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Now the 1-2 fouled off out of play as Reddish stays alive. Reddish, the freshman behind the plate this year, replacing a 4-year starter, Dana Paul, who graduated last May. Now the 1-2 to Reddish. Popped up, that one out of play again as Reddish fights off another 1-2 offering from Dooley. Tampa was scoreless in the first 3 innings, added 4 in the 5th. Eckerd got its lone run in the 3rd on a solo home run by Van Gennep. Now 2 outs, bases empty, bottom 4, and a 2-strike pitch on the way to Reddish. He again fouls it off and stays alive. One-two again, called strike 3 of the outside corner. Nice pitch from Dooley. Valiant effort by Reddish, fouling off 3 pitches with 2 strikes, but Dooley wins the battle for her 6th strikeout of the night. 4 innings in the books, and Tampa has now jumped ahead 5-1. Back with inning number 5 after this on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. New pitcher to the game for the Tritons will be Ali Costa. And she will replace Van Gennep in the circle. Costa will probably move into the flex as Hannah Perkins was actually in the starting lineup at the flex in the pitching spot. Van Gennep in the DP. They did, Coach Prophet did the old pitcher DP switch at the beginning of the game. So that should move Costa into the flex. Van Gennep to stay in the lineup as a designated player. Then a rough start to the sophomore season for Costa. She is 0-1 in 3 appearances. This is her 4th of the year. 1 star, 19.50 ERA. In 4 2/3 innings pitched, she's allowed 14 hits, 14 runs, 13 earned, walked 5, struck out 1. And she will face the meat of the order for Tampa, Chevalier, Worrell, and Phillips, or rather Minor if anyone gets on Phillips. Chevalier 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher, and lay down a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. First pitch from Costa, fouls it off the net in front of the Eckerd dugout for strike 1. The pitching book closed on Van Gennep. Cruised through 3, but ran into trouble in the 4th. Nice pitch by Costa, pulls the string, has Chevalier out in front, 0-2. Mentioned Hannah Perkins. We'll see her tomorrow as a starter in one of the two games most likely. Chevalier out in front of a pitch on the inside, fouls it off over the Triton dugout. Count remains 0-2. The 0-2 up in the zone, 1-2. Mentioned a few of our other sports in action tomorrow. The Eckerd sailing programs get their spring seasons underway tomorrow. They have 3 regattas, one in Charleston, South Carolina, the other 2 here in Tampa Bay. One of those at the Doyle Sailing Center. Soft line drive, it's trouble. Kramer tries, backhands it, but doesn't have time to get the throw across to first. Infield single for Chevalier. Didn't hit it hard. Just did what Yogi Berra said years ago and hit it where they ain't. That's her first hit of the day. And brings in the third baseman, Worrell. She's 0 for 2, grounded out to short, flew out to center. 6th hit of the game for the Spartans. 4 of those came in the 4th. First pitch called, strike 1 on the outside corner. Time is called as Worrell walks over to talk Coach Cantor, and Reddish will take the opportunity to walk out to the circle to talk with Costa. And ready to go as Worrell finishes her conversation with Coach Cantor back into the box. They may have had a little bit of confusion on the signs. 0-1 the count. Worrell looking for her first hit of the day. Here's the pitch, hit hard but foul down the third baseline. 0-2. As Costa out in front for the second time this inning. New ball for Costa. She steps back into the circle with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. High ball 1. One, 2 outside. Count even at 2-2. Chevalier at first after the leadoff single. Off the end of the bat, softly hit right near the bag at second. Solon able to pick up the ball spinning in front of her. The side spin and shovels it over to Kramer, covering the bag for out number 1. As Worrell reaches on the fielder's choice, Chevalier retired 4-6. That'll bring in Corin Miner. Miner got things going in the top of the 5th with that 2-out RBI single that tied the game and opened the floodgates for the Spartans. First pitch misses high, ball 1. Check swing on a screwball on the inside, fouled off right to Phillips in the on-deck circle. Tosses it back to Reddish. 1-1 the count. One. High, up and in, ball fouled off out of play. 1-2. Over but low. Count even at 2-2. Minor 1 for 2. She popped up in her first at-bat, and as previously mentioned, had that big RBI single that got things going in the fourth. Almost gets another hit there, but just fouled down the third base line. If you're a supporter of Eckerd Athletics, you don't want to miss the 12th annual Evenings with the Triton Dinner Auction coming up on April 27th in Fox Hall this year, as we have renovations going on around the MacArthur Center on that day. Tell you more about it after this 2-2. Off speed, misses high, ball 3. As usual, a chance to come and get a sampling of various restaurants from the Pinellas County area, bid on some fantastic items in a silent and live auction, and support Eckerd College Athletics. There is a high fly ball hit into the gap in left center field, rather. It sails over the wall for a home run for Minor. Minor gets her second and third RBIs of the game. 6th and 7th of the season, her first home run. It's now 7-1 Spartans. Two more runs on the board for the Spartans, and now we're getting dangerously close to run rule territory. Brings in Phillips, the designated player, lined out the third in the second, walked and scored in the fourth.
Hey, stay back and drive it, B. Extend.
Costa's first pitch just off the inside corner for ball 1.
Come on, B. Extend now.
The 1-0 from Costa. Paints the inside corner, count even at 1-1. Costa with the 1-1. Comes inside again. This one fouled off out of play, 1-2.
Hey, nice and level now, B. Let's
Ball
go.
and 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Base is empty after that 2-run home run by Minor. Costa get a little bit more dirt on her pitching hand before she steps back onto the rubber. 1-2 count to Phillips. Soft line drive that'll fall into the gap in center field for another base hit. 8th hit of the day for the Spartans. Still one gone. That brings in
Nice job, Bailey.
catcher Farrell.
That's the way to go get it.
Farrell 0 for 1, grounded out to the pitcher in the second, walked and scored in the fourth. First pitch from Costa, in for a called strike 1. Farrell, a junior from Brandon, Florida. One of 11 Spartans on the roster from the Tampa Bay area. Well, Coach Cantor has not had to go very far from home to build a quality program. Off speed, taking on the outside third for called strike 2. Grounder back to Costa, over to second for 1, across to first. Not in time as Farrell barely beats the throw on the double play attempt. No, Phillips retired on the 1-6 fielder's choice. And that'll bring in Dooley. Dooley 1 for 2, grounded out to third and had a 2-run, 2-out single in the fourth. It was that single that put the Spartans ahead. Down and in, ball 1. Screwball hit hard but foul over the bullpen, or over the batting cage rather. 1-1. line drive back up the middle. It's going to fall in front of Wilson. Gets away from Wilson. Throw down to third is in time as Torres applies the tag for out number 3 as Farrell tried to take an extra base. Wilson got hung up a little bit on reading that ball. This happens very, very rarely, but made a good play and nice. Bottom of the 5th upcoming, it'll be Newstrom, Torres, and Salendu up for the Tritons if anyone gets on Wilson, as Dooley with 2 more runs of support will head back into the circle with a 7-1 lead. Florida Southern in the top of the 4th leads Nova Southeastern 2-1. Rollins now on top of Berry 5-0 there in the bottom of the 4th. St. Leo with 2 runs in the top of the 1st with a 2-0 lead at Palm Beach Atlantic. They are in the bottom of the 1st there. Game that's already gone final at Lynn University, Florida Tech with a 2-1 win in the series opener down in Boca Raton. Final toss is taken by Dooley as we are ready to go. The bottom half of inning number 5 is Newstrom. Will come to the plate. 0 for 1, struck out at her first at bat. Dooley with 6 strikeouts through 4 innings so far. First pitch misses for ball 1. A rare first pitch ball thrown by Dooley. Here's the 1-0. Poked in foul territory. That one, I think, went over the fence for strike 1. Wasn't caught. Again, from where we are, even where he's sitting, obviously you can't see it on the video feed, but even that we're screened off by the tent in the dugout. Looking to fix our angle with some options. Hopefully before the end of the season we'll have a different camera angle for you. Jan pop up in the infield, and Ballmer is over to haul it out of the air for out number 1. Pinch hitter for the Tritons is Madison Saltzman. Hitting for Torres. Saltzman 1 for 3 on the season with a RBI double. Takes a big hack at the first pitch and comes up empty. Strike 1. Saltzman awaiting the 0-1. Gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the fence for strike 2. And 2. The count to Saltzman. Here's the pitch. Gets a piece of that rise ball, fouls it back into the fence, stays alive. 0-2. Seven runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Spartans. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors for the Tritons. And Saltzman again fights off that 0-2 pitch. Staying alive in there is Madison Saltzman. Saltzman, a player who has worked really hard in the offseason. Saw a little bit of her in preseason. Swings a pretty powerful bat. Fouled off out of play again. Good at bat here by Saltzman. She's fouled off 4 straight. Two on the way again. Another foul ball, pitch up in her eyes, and that squares that up. Hits it hard, but fouled to the left field corner. The Saltzman battling up there against Dooley, the reigning SSC Pitcher of the Year. This is outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Called strike 3 of the outside corner. A nice off-speed pitch from Dooley as she pulls the string and retires Saltzman for her 7th strikeout of the game. A great at-bat there by Madison Saltzman. That'll bring in Emily Solon, who flew out to right field in her first at-bat. First pitch swinging and missing for strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a miss, strike 2. Comes the 0-2, called strike 3 on the outside corner, and that'll do it for the Tritons in the bottom of the 5th as Eckerd is set down in order. Off to the top of the 6th we go. Spartans now at the 7-1 lead on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill. More than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
So 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the Spartans as we go to the top of the 6th. Jansen, Balmer, and Clawberg. If anyone gets on, Chevalier. Ali Costa back into the circle, her 2nd inning of relief. Tritons had a 1-0 lead heading into the 4th inning, and Tampa scored 5 times, all coming with 2 outs in the 4th, and added 2 more in the 5th on a 2-run homer by Corin Minor. That's where we stand, 7-1 as we go to the top of the 6th. Emily Jansen set to lead things off. She is 1 for 2, struck out looking. They had an RBI double. That RBI double came as part of the 5-run 4th. First pitch from Costa. Misses inside, ball 1. Inside again. Jansen takes a hack at it and fouls it off for 1-1 count. Costa wants a new ball. Get it from Reddish. Ball and a strike. Jansen leading off. Top of the 6th, called strike 2 in the outside corner from Costa. Costa, as a freshman last year, had some moments where she pitched absolutely lights out. Like to see her be able to replicate that more and more in her sophomore season. Jansen way out in front of that screwball. He almost hits it onto the soccer field, which, if you're familiar with the Turley Athletic Complex, it's a long way over to the left of us. Hard hit ball, staying back on an off-speed pitch. Hits it past a diving Torres at third and into left field for her second hit of the day, 10th for the Spartans. And we're back to the top of the order with Balmer. Fifth hit allowed now by Costa. And bunt is shown, popped up, but in foul territory as McGinnis can't change her direction in time to get to it in front of the Tampa dugout. Strike one. Balmer is 1 for 3. Grounded out to third in the first, fouled out to first in the third, had an RBI single in the fourth. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Slow roller to third. Torres with time across to first for out number 1. And Jansen will move up to second on the 5-3 putout. One gone. Brings in Clawberg. At the runner in scoring position and one out. Called strike on the first offering from Costa. Clawberg 1 for 2. Slow roller just foul down the first baseline. Triton fans thought that was on the line, but it was apparently just foul, 0-2 the count. Clawberg doubled and was stranded in the first, walked in the fourth, and then struck out in the fourth. As Eckerd, or rather the Spartans batted around in the fourth inning. Costa misses high, 1-2 now the count. Jansen at second after the leadoff single, moved to second on the ground out. There's a hard hit ball to Sawin. At second across to McGinnis for out number 2. The Jansen will move up 60 feet to third base on the 4-3 putout. And that'll bring in Chevalier. Lexi Chevalier, freshman from Valrico to Bloomingdale High School. He's 1 for 2. First pitch high for ball 1. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first. Sack bunt in the fourth. Singled and was stranded, or actually forced out in the fifth. Costa with the 1-0. Hit hard but foul as Spartans out in front of the screwball regularly here on these offerings from Costa. 1-1. They're hitting them hard, but they're out in front of them. 1-1. Works it outside this time and gets a called strike 2 at the outside corner. So 1-2, 2 outs. Eckerd trying to put a goose egg on the board for the Spartans in the sixth. Just off the outside corner for ball 2. Spartans were scoreless in the first 3 innings, scored 5 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Runner at third, here's the pitch. Off the end of the bat, slow roller to Saw, and has to make a quick play to first as she underhands it to McGinnis. And the Tritons get out of the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Spartans lead it 7-1.
So, Audrey,
Thank you, Eli.
such a nice day. So warm today.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So how are your classes going?
Good. Are you ready for the test?
Aiming for C+, but I think I'll get it.
I can't B plus though. That's me.
Yeah.
Picking 7.
This Duran hungry like the wolf playing at the field. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be a 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for Eckerd here in the bottom of inning number 6. Wilson, Van Gennep, and Famiano. If anyone gets on, Kramer. Wilson 0 for 1, struck out swinging in her first at bat. Actually, do we have a pinch hitter? Maybe is that Smith coming in? Megan Smith coming in to pinch hit? It is. That's Megan Smith pinch hitting for Wilson. Wilson 1 for 3, all as a pinch hitter. As a RBI. Has scored twice. Both coaches getting their little substitutions squared away. May have been some defensive subs for the Spartans. We'll wait and see if that comes across the play-by-play on our live stats, which you, of course, can follow along with as well at TritonStats.com. Powered by Stat Broadcast, the official live stats provider of the Sunshine State Conference. The pinch hitter is Megan Smith, and that appears to be the only change that was made. No, there's a couple for Tampa defensively.
Hey, let's go, Mac!
Erica Matic comes into the game at second base. Lauren Pasco comes into the game at center field. Now we're ready to go. As the sophomore, Smith still waiting for her chance to step into the box. We cruised through 3 innings. Time-wise, and kind of hit a screeching halt since. 2 years ago in the opening game of the series here at Turley Athletic Complex, the first game got done in an hour. First pitch from Dooley on the outside corner, called strike 1. The 0-1. Fouled off. Back off the fence as it hits the top of the fence and falls back at the feet of catcher Farrell. Strike 2.
Let's go, Mac!
Dooley with the pitch. Hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. Balmer across to first for out number 1. Smith hit it on the nose, but hit it right at Balmer. 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. And back to the top of the order, it goes to Nicole Van Gennep. Nicole 1 for 2 has Eckerd's only hit, a solo home run with 2 outs in the 3rd. Stayed in the game as a designated player, or shifted to designated player, after coming out in the top of the 5th in the circle. First pitch outside for ball 1. Van Gennep actually on the lineup card was listed as the designated player, with Hannah Perkins in the flex spot as pitcher. Outside again, ball 2. But before the game, Eckerd did the not uncommon in softball switch with the designated player and the pitcher in the lineup. Here's a called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. That move helps Van Gennep stay in the game, and then her leadoff spot is designated player if she comes out of the game in the circle. Inside, 3-1.
Here we go, Mac! Let's go, Mac!
3-1. Called strike 2 in the outside corner, count full. Cole 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as she foul tips that into the mitt of Farrell. Second time that Van Gennep has been retired on strikes. Ninth strikeout for Dooley. 2 gone, bases empty for Famiano. Hannah 0 for 2. Was put out 2-3 on a bunt attempt in the first and fouled out to left in the third, now hitting .320 on the season. It's 125 with 2 outs, 1 for 8. First pitch outside, ball 1, infield in at all positions. You know, she's a lefty that likes to bunt, but Famiano not really a slapper. Here's the 1-0. Swinging away, that one's popped up into shallow left field, but not deep enough to get in front of Reyes as Reyes hauls it in. 4 out, number 3. Tritons go down in order in the bottom of the 6th. We go to inning number 7. Spartans holding on to a 7-1 lead on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Allie Costa back into the circle for Eckerd as we go to the 7th inning. Jessica Wilson also re-enters and heads back into center field. Worrell, Minor, and Phillips due up here for the Spartans in the top of the 7th if anyone gets on Farrell. Barring any pinch hitters. Worrell 0 for 3. Grounded out to short, flew out to center, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored in the 5th. She's still looking for her first hit. Spartans have 10 hits in the game. And the first pitch from Costa, inside corner, called strike 1. One hit hard in the air into left center field. It's off the base of the wall. Hit number 11 for the Spartans. First hit for Worrell. And she's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 7th. It's her first double of the season. And brings in Corin Minor, who has done the majority of the damage for the Spartans at the plate today. She's 2 for 3. With a RBI single in the 4th and a 2-run homer in the 5th. We might have a pinch runner set to come in here. Or perhaps a pinch hitter. It is a pinch runner. As Worrell comes out, and we'll see who's coming in to pinch run. Pinch hitter as well, it looks like. Pinch runner is Brianna Taphouse, senior from Glendale, New York, and we do have a pinch hitter, it appears, Sam Kay. Kay's second at bat of the season. She's 0 for 1. Tritons probably happy just not to have to see Minor again. Her 2-out single in the 4th is what opened the floodgates for Tampa, that 5-run inning. And she added to the run total with a 2-run homer in the 5th. First pitch to Kay is high for ball 1 from Costa.
Come on, Sam.
2-0 now the count. 11 hits in the game, the most this season for the Spartans. Previous high was 7. 2-0. And it's in for a called strike at the outside corner. 2-1. Check swing, called strike 2 at the outside corner. Count now 2-2. Tap House at second, pinch running for Worrell, who led off the inning with a double. Outside ball 3. Oh, the count's run full here to Sam Kay. There's the payoff pitch. Slow roller to second. Solon with a quick underhand toss to McGinnis at first for out number 1. Tap House moves up to third on the 4-3 putout.
Hey, let's extend, B.
That'll bring in Bailey Phillips. Phillips 1 for 2. Lined out to third in the second. Walked and scored in the fourth. Singled and was stranded in the fifth. There's a hard hit ball. Line drive, though, right at the left fielder. Newstrom, who hauls it in for out number 2. And bring in Maddie Farrell, the catcher. Maybe. We'll have a pinch hitter instead. Don't forget, started it earlier, never got to finish that evening with the Tritons dinner auction coming up on April 27th. For more information on that event, you can visit EckerdTritons.com and follow the link to an evening with the Tritons dinner auction, or call the athletic office and ask for Heather Adkins. Pinch hitter is Emily Profit, sophomore from Newark, Delaware. Profit's second at bat of the season. She's 0 for 1 with a run scored. Swing and a miss on the first offering for Costa for strike 1. Now the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2, gets out of the glove of Reddish. The Tap House stays put at third. 0-2.
Emily, keep that head down and drive it. Let's go.
The 0-2. Fouled off out of play. And Profit stays alive.
On top, babe. On top.
No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Costa records her first strikeout of the game. And that ends the Tampa threat in the top of the 7th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. 3 outs remaining for the Tritons. Can they make up a 6-run deficit? We'll find out when we come back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Three, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Eckerd as we go to the home half of the 7th. Kramer, McGinnis, and Reddish. If anyone gets on Newstrom, that of course barring any pinch hitters. Kramer 0 for 2, flew out to center in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th. Now hitting .250 on the season. Worrell, Minor, and Farrell have all re-entered for the Spartans, defensively at third base, right field, and catcher, respectively. Dooley back in the circle, working on this one-hitter. Tritons did do two things against Dooley that haven't been done this season. Drew a walk and hit a home run. There's the first pitch from Dooley. Hard hit ball in the air by Kramer into right center field. Back to the wall, and just in front of the track, it's hauled in by Minor for out number one. Kramer gave it a ride. It came up just short of her first home run of the year, one gone. Pinch hitter for the Tritons, Avery Wakefield. Wakefield's a senior, making another pinch hit appearance, her fifth of the season. She's 0 for 4. First pitch outside corner, strike one. 1-0, swing and a miss as he chases a rise ball behind in the count, now 0-2. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, is that strikeout number 10 for Dooley. Third time in 5 starts this season, she's hit double digits in strikeouts, and Eckerd now down to its final out with Skylar Reddish coming to the plate. Reddish 0 for 1, walked in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. First pitch on the way. Swinging it popped up into, that's going to stay in the infield actually. Thought that was going to get into shallow center. It did not. Balmer there and hauls it in for out number 3. So the Tritons drop the series opener to the Spartans by the score of 7-1. It's 7 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Spartans. 6 runners left. Tritons get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. The game was scoreless until the bottom of the third when Nicole Van Gennep hit a 2-out solo home run, made it 1-0 Eckerd. And the Spartans with 2 outs in the fourth plated 5 runs, again all coming with 2 outs to take a 5-1 lead. Added 2 more runs in the fifth on a 2-run homer by Corin Minor, made it 7-1. And that was pretty much it for the rest of the game, as the Tritons couldn't do much with Michaela Dooley the rest of the way. Dooley gets the win. She improves to 5-0 on the season. Goes the distance in 7 innings, gives up 1 hit, 1 run. That solo home run by Van Gennep. Walks 1 and strikes out 10, and it only took 90 pitches to do it. Loss goes to Van Gennep, who falls to 3-3 on the season. She went 4 innings, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits, all earned. Walked 3, struck out 2. Ali Costa worked 3 innings of relief, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, walked none, and struck out 1. Tritons fall to 4-6 on the season, 0-1 in conference play. Spartans now 7-1 on the year and 1-0 in Sunshine State Conference action. These two teams back here tomorrow for a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock. We'll have the video of those games, of course, here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. No audio for those games tomorrow, just video, and, of course, live stats available at TritonStats.com. Hope everybody has a great beginning to your weekend. It's going to be a beautiful one here in St. Petersburg, Florida, like it's just about every weekend in February. Looking forward to the weather, looking forward to a doubleheader here from the Turley Athletics Complex tomorrow on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Have a great rest of your Friday evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the first pitch of the doubleheader.